If you are under 50 years old, I am going to ask you to do something that might feel uncomfortable. I want you to stop whatever you're doing. Put your phone on the table. Close the other tabs on your browser. Look at me. Look at this face. Look at these wrinkles. This is the face of a man who won the game. I have a net worth that would make your jaw drop. I live in a house that has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a garage full of cars that I can no longer drive. If you looked at my life on a spreadsheet, I'm a monumental success. I am the American dream personified. I am the guy you want to be when you grow up. But I am here to tell you, with the brutal honesty of a dying man, that it is all a lie. I am sitting in this chair on this beautiful porch, and the silence is deafening. The only thing I have in abundance besides money is regret. And regret is a heavy thing to carry when you are 82 years old. It sits on your chest like a stone. I see you. I see you hustling. I see you working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I see you checking your emails at the dinner table. I see you missing your child's school play because of a conference call. I see you telling your partner, just one more year, baby. Just one more year of grinding, and then we can relax. I said that. I said those exact words. Just one more year. But the year never ends. The goalpost always moves. And while you're looking at the horizon, chasing that next promotion, that next million, that next level of prestige, your life is burning down right behind you, and you don't even smell the smoke. Let me take you back to 1978. I was 35 years old. I had just started my firm. I was hungry. I was ambitious. I felt like I had something to prove to the world. I told myself that I was doing it for my family. That was my mantra. I am doing this for Sarah. I am doing this for Michael. It's a seductive lie, isn't it? It makes you feel noble. It turns your neglect into martyrdom. You think, I am sacrificing my time so they can have a better life. But let's be honest, I wasn't doing it for them. I was doing it for me. I was addicted to the validation. I was addicted to the feeling of walking into a room and being the most important person there. I was addicted to the numbers going up. I remember a specific night. It was my 10th wedding anniversary. Sarah had planned a dinner. She bought a new dress, a blue silk dress. She looked beautiful. She had booked a table at our favorite Italian restaurant. At 5 p.m., a client called. There was a crisis with a merger. It wasn't life or death. Nobody was dying. It was just money. But to me, at that time, it felt like life or death. I called Sarah. I didn't even have the courage to go home and tell her. I called her from the office. I said, I can't make it. The deal is falling apart. I have to stay. There was a silence on the other end of the line, a long, heavy silence. And then she said, very quietly, Arthur, this is the 3rd year in a row. I snapped at her. I got angry. I said, do you like this house, Sarah? Do you like the car you drive? Do you like the private school Michael goes to? Who do you think pays for that? I'm doing this for you. See how the poison works? I turned my absence into a weapon. I made her feel guilty for wanting her husband instead of his wallet. I hung up the phone. I stayed at the office until 2 a.m. We saved the deal. I made the company an extra $50,000 that night. $50,000. I would burn that money in a trash can right now, just to go back to that night and see her in that blue dress. The tragedy of choosing money over people is that the loss isn't sudden. It's not like a car crash. It's like erosion. It happens slowly, grain of sand by grain of sand, until one day you look down and the cliff is gone. My son, Michael, he was a bright kid. He loved baseball. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he had heart. He used to ask me to play catch in the backyard every Saturday. Dad, grab your glove. Dad, just 10 minutes. And every Saturday I had an excuse. I'm tired, son. I have to read these reports. Maybe next week. Eventually, the asking stopped. He stopped knocking on my office door. He stopped bringing me his glove. I thought, good. He's growing up. He's becoming independent. I didn't realize that he wasn't becoming independent. He was giving up on me. He learned that he couldn't rely on his father for attention, so he stopped trying. By the time he was a teenager, we were strangers living in the same house. We would pass each other in the kitchen and nod. Polite, cold, distant. When he graduated high school, I bought him a car, a brand new sports car. I thought, this proves I love him. Look at this expensive gift. He took the keys. He said, thanks, Dad. But he didn't look me in the eye. There was no connection. It was a transaction. I was an ATM machine that occasionally ate dinner at the house. He moved out the next day. He went to college across the country. He calls me on Christmas. He calls me on my birthday. The calls last 5 minutes. We talk about the weather. We talk about the stock market. We never talk about us, because there is no us. I traded my relationship with my son for a quarterly bonus in 1985. And it was a bad trade. Then came the silence. Sarah got sick 3 years ago. Pancreatic cancer. The doctors told us it was aggressive. There was nothing money could do. All my millions, all my connections, all my power. It was useless. I stood in that hospital room, feeling like the poorest man on earth. For the first time in 40 years, I stopped working. I sat by her bedside. I watched her sleep. And in those long, quiet nights in the hospital, we finally talked. But we didn't talk about my achievements. She didn't say, Arthur, I'm so proud of that merger you did in 1990. She didn't say, Arthur, thank you for the big house. She talked about the small things. She talked about the time we got caught in the rain in Paris when we were 22, before I had any money. She talked about how much she missed our Sunday morning coffees, before I started going into the office on weekends. She held my hand. Her hand was so frail, so thin, and she looked at me with those eyes that knew me better than anyone. And she said the thing that haunts me every single night. She said, Arthur, I missed you. You were there in the house, but I missed you for 40 years. That broke me. It shattered me. I realized then that I had been absent from my own life. I had been a ghost. I was physically present, but my mind was always in the future, always worrying about the next dollar, always plotting the next move. I missed the actual experience of living because I was too busy trying to finance it. She died on a Tuesday morning. The funeral was huge. Hundreds of people came. Business partners, competitors, employees. They all shook my hand. They said, Arthur, you're a strong man. You have such a legacy. They looked at my life and saw a monument. I looked at my life and saw a ruin. Now I am 82. My health is failing. It takes me 5 minutes just to get out of this chair. I have millions in the bank, and I would trade every single penny. I would live in a cardboard box. If I could just have one more Sunday morning with Sarah. If I could just play catch with my son one more time. But I can't. The time is gone, spent, wasted. So, listen to me. I'm not telling you to be poor. Money is useful. Money is a tool, but it is a terrible master. Do not let it own you. Do not let the pursuit of more steal the now. If you have a partner, go to them tonight. Put your phone away, look them in the eyes, listen to them, really listen. If you have children, get on the floor and play with them. Be silly. Be present. They don't want your money. They want you. Don't buy the lie that I bought. Don't wait until the end to realize that the best things in life aren't things. Work hard, yes. Build your career, yes. But never ever sacrifice the people who love you for a company that would replace you in a week if you died. My name is Arthur. I am a rich man, and I am a poor man. Don't be like me. Be richer than me. Go home.